was perfect.
Welcome back to a brand new season of Three and a Half Gentlemen, the podcast, where three of the four hosts provide a refined and intellectual analysis of movies from our private collections, while one of us tries desperately to keep up. We'll let you decide which host is which, but for now, my name is Sean, and with me, as always, are my fellow demon boy band members, Jeremiah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're my soda pop, yo.
Yeah.
Eddie.
Oh, he's committed.
Gaga.
And Brandon.
How it's done. Done.
That was good.
It's good. It's kind of like bye. You guys get that?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, dude. Either you're an NSYNC fan or you're a Backstreet.
Oh, Backstreet
fan.
100%. We should actually talk about
I
that.
think you could be.
You cannot, Sean. We all know that that's
NSYNC.
impossible.
NSYNC is way better.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh my god.
No.
Where's Backstreet Boys' Christmas album? NSYNC's Christmas album is transcendent.
I actually
It's one of the
own
best Christmas
Backstreet
albums
Boys' Christmas album. It came out 3 years ago.
It's
And
very
you are
good.
I own it.
Okay. So I don't
Dude.
know
I listened
about,
to it.
NSYNC came out in the heyday of NSYNC.
Well,
Hey,
they
Sean,
were still actually a
are-
band at the time.
My fire,
Oh.
Fire.
my one desire.
No, it's
okay.
all
Thank
about
you. Thank you.
Backstreet.
That's all I had to
love
say.
Backstreet Boys, but
Can't love both.
Oh, I
All
don't
right,
know about
Jeremiah.
that. As with every review we give, our goal is to answer one simple question: how many drinks does it take to get through the film we just watched? Now, at the end of the podcast, we'll rate the film based on the scale of 0 to 5, with 0 being a perfect film that you could watch stone cold sober, and 5 being sort of the film that makes you feel like you are coming face to face with an all-seeing flames of Sauron. Guayma. Guayma. I was
I'm
crying the whole
sorry, I
time.
can't
Fuck you.
pronounce it.
Listen.
Sorry. I was crying the whole time.
Don't understand this one.
Guayma.
Listen, guys, a little under a year ago, a Netflix released animated film took the world by storm, and it's time for us to talk about it. So tonight, we're going to be focusing on K-Pop Demon Hunters, directed by Maggie Kang and Chris Appelhans. Nominated for multiple Academy Awards, this animusical tells the story of 3 pop stars who must turn the Han Moon gold, thereby ridding the world of demons. You can stream this film on Netflix.
So tonight we're drinking the Dragon Fruit Hunter. That's the Dragon Fruit Hunter. This raspberry vodka cocktail is the perfect companion for taking down demons while creating #1 chart-topping hits. The ingredients and full description for this cocktail can be found on our social media pages, including Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. We can also find other fun facts and of our past and upcoming episodes, movie posters, trailers, clips, and more.
And also on MySpace.
Oh, we're on MySpace with Tom. With Tom.
Tom.
Tom is our
Tom
only
is our
friend.
first
Tom
friend.
was my
Hey,
Hey,
only
listeners,
friend.
for
come
quite a
up.
while
You could be our top. You could be our top 8 friends here if you wanted to come in. Come on, come
Who
over.
that-
You know what's
for people
funny?
that don't know MySpace, it's like Instagram, but it was
Instagram.
more creative.
It's like Facebook. It's like
It was Facebook before the
Even
social
Instagram's
network
old
came
now.
out. I think that's
But-
really what we can call it.
let's get into it. I had low expectations for this movie when Eddie, was it you or Eddie who suggested Jeremiah?
The Vic over there.
It was the Vic. Eddie suggested we do K-Pop Demon Hunters, and he has the small kids at home. So do you, Brandon. So I'm sure you guys saw it a million times while they were just dancing around. I had never really seen it. I thought it was going to be stupid, and holy cow, was I wrong. So going into it, Brandon, what did you think?
Well, fun story is that I would be around the house and I would constantly hear the same part of this, what I thought was a TV show, and it was the scene where she's singing and her voice is breaking, and she's being overcome by the demon, and so she can't really sing Golden. And I just remember hearing this over and over, constantly over a couple period of days over the summer. And I finally went up to the TV and the kids, and I was like, "What are you guys watching over and over and over?" And they're like, "K-Pop Demon Hunters," and I'm like, "K-pop, you've never heard a K-pop song in your life?" And they're like,
What?
"But it's amazing." And I'm like, "Okay, well, have fun with it." And I thought it was a TV show for literally, I'm going to say 3 months. I thought it was a TV show, and they were just watching different episodes. And it wasn't until, I would say the fall sometime, where I started realizing the buzz that was hitting. And it was probably September. And I didn't actually watch this for the first time until, I'm going to say, December. So this was something long in gestation for me. So I did not watch it when it was first kind of big and popular. I hit it now in the middle part of the popularity. So Eddie, you saw this right
You were in the
from
middle.
the release though, right? You were like my kids watching it right when it was kind of dropped in June.
I was. It's just actually my neighbor. He was just like, he has 2 kids younger than I do. His kids are super young. They're like under 2, under 3. But he was just like, "Hey,
for that poor family."
I don't recommend a lot of anime movies, but you need to watch this." And I was just like, "K-pop Demon Hunters." I'm like, "Bro, I'm never watching that." Like, just to let you know, I'm never gonna watch this. And then Noah and Jacob came home from school one day. He ran in and we're like, "We're watching this movie." I was like, "All right, fine." My neighbor said it, and before the end of the movie, I was locked in, like singing the song and just like crying, and I was like, I even told the boys we need to rewatch this movie because I didn't give it no love at all in the very beginning. And I've watched this movie now probably about 8 to 10 times.
No, my daughter is a big K-pop fan. Was a big K-pop fan. I think she still is, but she says she's not. You know, all the BTS, Stray Kids, Blackpink, and everything. So,
let's do it, Rose.
when I saw the thing K-pop Demon Hunters, I thought it was like, okay, this is where the jump over the shark. This is getting too big now. K-pop. It was like, what is this stuff? So you walk around, you know, and then all of a sudden you hear a song. You're just like, dude, what the hell is that, dude? You go to karaoke's, you know, and everyone's singing this song. I'm like, is that same song from that one show, Demon Slayer or Demon Hunter or whatever that is? And I'm like, holy shit. And then you just go right in and you're just like, what is this? And then within the first 10 minutes, you're just like, this might be the greatest thing ever. I did not expect this to be so fucking good. Yeah, that was my first reaction, dude.
If anything, this just made it bigger.
It made it huge. It's so explosive.
The idea also, I don't know if you guys know, but the singer of this, the one, you know, the main roomie, she was denied to be a K-pop because I guess she was too old.
Oh.
I guess a lot of the K-pop stars, there's an age limit, and she's too old, so they instantly like cut her down. Hey, you can't make this the band, the girl bands. But she kept at it, and she became a star at this movie, and now she is a K-pop star, and she's probably the best K-pop star.
I mean, they're going to win the Academy Award. They're going to get an Academy.
The first band, K-pop band to win a Grammy.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, it's going to win Best Animated. It's going to win Best Song. It's going to win Best Animated Song,
and it should be up for Best Picture. I think that's kind of crap. This is one of the things that really bothers me about the way. Well, first of all, Academy Awards are a joke, but
Sean's going on his rant.
The fact that this movie isn't part of the general category of Best Picture is, I think, a little ridiculous because it was one of the best movies of the year by leaps and bounds. I mean, emotionally, acting, everything about it was just fantastic, and it deserves its place in animated films, like horror films, like science fiction and fantasy films. They usually get shoved to the side, for the Academy. I will say this, okay? I started this movie, and it's about these 3 girls, and they're part of a band, and they're in this plane, and they're eating. And I was like, if this is what the movie's going to be like for the whole movie, I am out. Because they were the most disgusting eaters I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was like, I was so irritated in the first 3 minutes of this movie. Because I was like, is this how it's going to be? Because it reminded me of my nieces, and they have like all these inside jokes and all these like little things that they do and these sound effects that they make. And it's just like, I guess I'm just an old curmudgeon at this point.
How many times do you watch this movie, Sean? Have you watched it a couple
times? Maybe
times?
3 times. I don't know.
So,
Charlotte came over and watched it a couple times.
In that airplane scene, I never noticed in the very beginning when I watched it. It was just like in the background, the stewardess and the flight attendant, like they're pouring coffee over the plant.
You didn't see that?
So it's just little things. And I never noticed in the very time I saw it the first time I saw it. And then the second time I was like, okay, I see everything now.
Well, you know why, Ed? You know why, right? Oh, Sean, Jerry, you just gave it. They're demons. I mean, there it is.
Sean, to your point, too, I mean, I totally get what you're saying, but it's what's really, really cool about this movie is that there's a mix of like anime and like just like these visual effects with it on top of it. It's like doing like this hybrid type of like way to show this movie that what I'm trying to say is it doesn't like, let you forget where it's coming from, which I really fucking enjoyed very much.
I think it did what Into the Universe did for animated movies, which is we are what we are, and we're not going to fit into Disney's version of animation, even though this technically was a Netflix release. I don't think you had any Disney affiliation,
No.
right? So it was
No,
just
this
totally-
was actually a Sony movie.
They mixed a bunch of different genres of animation, page drawing, total computer 3D, and they just kind of threw it all at you, and it worked beautifully. This felt like a Quentin Tarantino directed a animation movie. That's what it felt like to me. There were these setup shots of the
Good point.
characters. Everybody was framed perfectly. The music was on point, and it hit in the right spots. Now, it wasn't as gritty or as dark or as, Quentin Tarantino's an animal in and above himself that's fantastic, but it definitely had that feel of it was a movie. It was an event.
You see like quick flashes, like when they get like expressions, or like they see like they're eating their food very fast. You see how it switches into like an anime type of format,
Right.
where and then it goes back to kind of like the 2D 3D fusion type of thing. So you're right. It's like it's saying this is where we're coming from in a lot of ways. We're not going to go and do the whole Pixar thing. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to kind of do something new here, which is pretty cool.
I feel like it's also like a news story, like it was a brand new story of like, hey, have these three seniors protecting the world of their superheroes in their own way of making sure they're protecting people from taking their.
It's kind of Buffy
from demons.
It's kind of Buffy.
It's a weird like, hey, Buffy. It's weird like.
I had that on my notes.
Yeah, it's a little Buffy-ish.
Nothing has actually hit this level because Buffy means vampires. These aren't vampires.
Oh, yeah, so you're going to draw the line of differentiation. So
technically, right? It's something different.
No. I was going to say that what kind of had the Buffy vibe. It was the Rumi and Jinyu.
Yep.
The leader from the Sasha Boys and
Angel.
that was the whole. That was very Angel and Buffy right there, which I thought was pretty cool.
I mean, I can't wait to get to the spin-off
I
TV
thought
series called
A lot of romance.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh, there's got to be a live action version. There's got to be some.
There's a sequel already in the process.
That would be
I'm-
badass.
This
That
is
would be
gonna
badass.
spawn. This is gonna spawn a franchise. I can already tell you. But what I loved, and the music is fantastic, and I want to talk about the music. But from a story perspective, I think Eddie's got it right. This story felt fresh. I don't know if it was new, but it felt fresh. It felt like you had like a Romeo and Juliet, star-crossed lovers kind of vibe to it with sacrifice. I mean, a little Shakespeare there, and then you also had some supernatural, and then you also had like this commentary on fans and music and how they basically just get sucked into to the new thing. And even though that you've had this band around forever and there have your allegiance, it just splits allegiances, and at the end you had this beautiful crescendo into that the fans kind of contributed to the destruction of the bad guy. Like, I thought all of that was kind of very unique. I don't know. I felt like it was very unique. I felt like it was a very small universe where everybody in this town loved K-pop and nobody didn't like K-pop and everybody was aware of K-pop.
Well, have
So
you
that
been
was
to
very
Seoul?
interesting.
Listen, they sell out pretty quickly out here, man. Big stadiums, big shows. I mean, like SoFi Stadium, they can sell out 3 nights easy, dude. I mean, it's it is a phenomenon. Like, it's one of the biggest things that.
Do you like the
just
songs
kinda
though, Jer?
happened.
That's my question to you. Do you like?
Oh, absolutely.
Not talking
Absolutely.
about this movie. I'm talking about like K-pop songs. Are you a K-pop
Dude,
fan?
Have you listened to
There's
BTS?
some-
No,
BTS
I
is
gotta be honest, I
so
haven't.
dope, dude.
No.
There's some really good ones. I bet you would be surprised if there's some hits out
I
there.
do
that
love
you have no
APT
idea it's a
with Bruno
K-pop
Mars.
Hit. Listen,
Okay, so that is Rose, or Rosie,
Rose
who
from
was actually a member of Blackpink.
Yes, and so was what's her name
Yeah.
from White Lotus. So I mean, there's
Yeah.
my knowledge is
And
vast.
I have to hold on.
Just saying.
But I mean, Brandon, you were saying, because I have a tendency to think that you didn't like this movie as much as perhaps we did.
Oh, good God,
But
no.
one of the things about this movie that I think is so good is that they set out to write a song that was super like divisive and negative and fighting back against the
Soulja Boys.
Soulja Boys.
Soulja Boys, and what they
Soulja.
actually what they
Soulja.
actually ended up writing was a unification song that brought people together. And I think that, I mean, not to go to political commentary, but it's very nice to have a movie that just wants to bring people together, and they realize that, you know, you can't live your life in this like hatred and this anger.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to do something that's going to bring people together to actually make an impact. And I think that's why kids like it, because it feels empowering.
Yeah,
it feels
does.
like, I mean, shit, I liked it. Like, it feels, if I went from not giving a shit about literally anything in the movie to actually worried that she was going to die. The lead character was going to die with her half demonness, or that they were going to actually shun her because she was half demon, or that
Mara
she was
and
going to
Zoe.
turn evil,
Well, they
or
wanted
there
a
was so
spa
many
day.
ways
I
this
know.
could have gone. And I thought the fact that they wrote this song about unity was, I mean, I know it's kind of cliche and, you know, cheesy or whatever, but give me more cheesy. Like, give me more movies that are cheesy and bring people together versus tear people apart. That's like, give me more movies that are cheesy and bring people together versus tear people apart. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you on
Here,
that.
there's this idea of romance, but then you start realizing his story. The first Soda Pop, not Soda
Redemption.
Pop, but Saja Boys, the
Yeah.
lead singer. Could he be the brother of Rumi? Could he be the dad of Rumi? Like, people were like, there's these
I hope not. That's
theories of
weird.
like, because he's
Whoa.
been around for some time, yeah,
Right.
and because he
Just
he
like
saw
Angel.
his kid, he got taken away from his kid. So then people started saying, "Oh, Rumi's the kid," and no one really knew the answer, right? Like there was real no.
His plot point was so layered. It was like, you got this one
Yeah.
view of him.
Yeah.
I mean, you got this one view that he was like, you know, I guess that he was poor on the streets and starving with his family, and then he got an opportunity to sing and brought his family in, and then, you know, halfway through the movie, he's like, no.
Saja
Oh,
Boys.
there's
Oh,
so
yeah,
much
yeah, yeah.
layer to
Yeah.
his
Layer.
backstory.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, his backstory is, yeah, his backstory is so layered, because at first you have him, you know, kind of on the streets, and you get this idea that he's, you know, uses his voice to bring his family into the palace, and they get fed, and then all of a sudden, you know, halfway through the movie or halfway through his story, you find out that that's not the truth, that there's this deeper, that he left his family and he just kind of like basically was like, peace out, and sold his soul to the devil. And I think that that's kind of an interesting, I mean, it's just interesting to have that much layer in an animated kids movie. And I think that's why this movie is divisive, especially for adults, because my sister didn't quite like it. I don't think
This is something we were talking about off camera, off air, and I'm gonna stay positive because I know that this is a movie that a lot of people enjoy. And if we're looking at quality of filmmaking, yeah, I think that it's up there. It's deserving of all of its praise. I think it's deserving of the Oscar it's going to win. As far as the quality, what I've just come to realize is that this is one of those movies just not my cup of tea. It's just not something that this is one of those things where I really genuinely I respect and appreciate what other people think. I'm not going to go Young Frankenstein on you guys or Halloween on you guys. If you don't get that reference, listeners, go back and listen to the vault. But what it comes down is I just genuinely think that I am not the audience. For me, is when they go to see the doctor and the doctor gets all bug-eyed when he's like, I see. Like, that to me was just like, ugh. You know, and there were a couple other times too where it just didn't hit right for me. At the same time, my two kids are absolutely obsessed with it. And I think that one thing that this did is it showed the power of international music. And yes, it's pop music, but this is K-pop, right? And this is something that, I mean, is blowing up the radio stations, you know, wherever we're at in the United States. And I think that that's something that culturally we can take from this and be proud of what we're doing. And that is, we're showcasing a multicultural experience.
This movie, in a lot of ways, targets a major large, or it targets a large audience for so many different people. I mean, when you have the two leads in this movie, and they're both battling their own lives and their situations, their own demons. In a lot of ways, it is their own demon hunter type of thing, you know, handling them with their own demons and stuff like that. For them to come together and to actually understand one another and have like this connection with each other, to like, we can overcome anything together. You know, if there's someone out there that believes in me or someone that understands me, I can't think of another movie, or I can't deny that doesn't have a impact on so many people that can relate to, you know, who are battling their own demons, that can see something and actually, you know, give them a positive outlook to like really find that thing. Yeah, maybe Shrek, you know, but I'm just saying that I think this movie hits so many buttons for many people that I think it's just
So, I mean, I feel like it really highlights the point of the main character, Rumi, right? Like she also have many different layers, right? Because she's the one of the few that has, hey, she has this I don't want to say stars, but she has the
She's
markings
got the
of
demon disease,
demon
baby.
marking. Yes, exactly. But at the same time, she's also not a demon, right? So she's
Mhm.
like half and half. She's like a half blood. So, but it tells
Princess.
you that this whole time she's been trying to push that side away from her.
Yeah.
So, and it's keeping that door open secretly at the same time. So it just shows you. I mean, I feel like this movie shows a lot about, she has like this front in front of her. Like she has like she's pretending that, like, hey, she's on the same page with Zoe and Amira, and hey, we have on the same mission. But overall, she will never be able to close that door because she's fake. She's being a little bit fake right now, or a hypocrite, because she needs to open up herself a little bit more to her friends, to how she has other sides of her that no one knows about, and that
Right.
the only way for her to move forward is to actually, hey, you guys need to know who the true me is. And then as soon as that came out in the very end of the movie, like, hey, I can actually defeat this if I'm honest to my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honest to
And it's nice that
my
they didn't
family.
turn.
I think it's more of like, hiding themselves, who they really are. How many people we know that,
Yeah.
where they're just like, they don't feel comfortable in their own skin or something like that. I mean, it's just something like, they're too afraid to say something and to, like, to lie about it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the saddest. It's so. I think what this movie did is actually it gave a voice to so many people that just needed that thing to just kind of help them out in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
A lot of ways on that part.
Yeah, no, I think that, Eddie and Sean, you guys were talking about it, and I do absolutely see what you're saying with this is not necessarily telling a new story so much as it's telling a story that maybe we haven't seen in this kind of format. But I do think that there's a little bit of the new
Context.
story. Yeah. The story with, like Eddie, you were saying, and that's because if you look at any kind of other film, and I don't care if it's animated, I don't care if it's adult, not adult, that sounds so bad. If it's a PG-13 R-rated, when the secret of one of the characters comes out, right, and the friends find out, I mean, I say 10 out of 10 times there's at least a little bit of this, how could you lie to us, how could you, there's this little bit of a normal story beat where it's resentment for keeping the secret, where it was relieving,
movie,
and
right?
it was so relieving to see support, right? That this idea of like, hey, we'll get you through it, it's okay. Yes, you shouldn't have held that information from us because we just wanted to go to the spa with you, right? And I thought that was something that was really it was a breath of fresh air, right, Sean?
Well, especially coming off Stranger Things.
Yes.
Where I don't mean to go back and rehash that show, but if
great show.
they would have handled Will's experience the same way that Rumi handled her experience, I think that show would have been a lot better. I think that the secret, or the hidden part of herself that had to be revealed. I mean, the reality is,
I thought that they both handled
no
it
matter
similar,
what
though.
you're talking about. They did, but I thought to me this was way better, and I don't know. Maybe I just have a grudge against Stranger Things. But Brandon,
Conformity gate.
tell me that this isn't Shakespeare. That this isn't the concept of there's no news stories under the sun that Shakespeare didn't write about, and that
you must have been a
everybody,
fly on the wall.
That's just a reality.
Yeah, no,
because all I can think about is, okay, it's ostracized person, hidden secret coming forth, a secret love, culturally different. One's a demon, one's a kind of half demon. They're gonna get
Half
together,
bred,
and
yeah.
I mean, it's the same concept, but it felt so fresh. The other side of this that I thought was beautiful, the movie that I thought was just fantastic, is how they handled the love story. Because you had a lot of times you have this idea to hide the villain, and they didn't hide the villain. You knew he was the villain. She knew he was the villain. Everybody knew he was the villain, and still they started this relationship knowing it was not like this big reveal in the middle of the movie that, oh my god, I'm working for Guima or whatever. Like, I know that this dude's working for the Eye of Sauron from the very beginning, and that their relationship grows in spite of that.
Mhm.
And I think that it was the transparency that really I don't know, that felt fresh to me. Am I kind of off the page, or is that
No,
something that's
I think you're
different?
one. No, I was saying as a joke.
Go
But
around.
seriously, like I literally had this conversation with Amanda the other day. We saw Hamnet, which shout out to Hamnet being, I think, one of the greatest films made.
Fantastic.
Absolutely beautiful.
Ugh.
But my I'm my background's in literature. I teach literature, and by default, you kind of have to kind of grovel at the feet of Shakespeare in a lot of ways. You don't have to, but I think that you end up doing that. And one of the reasons for that, and
You
I was
should.
explaining, you should absolutely. But one of the reasons I was saying that
Sorry.
is, I was telling Amanda, I was like, you know what, Shakespeare is the foundation of so much of Western culture and Western literature and Western, language and arts and everything. And you're right. This is Romeo and Juliet is the classic go-to for every single love story that shouldn't necessarily be a love story, and yet it still is. What I love about this is that it took that and it did give it a little bit more of a happier ending, even though he does quote unquote sacrifice himself at the end. It's variation on the theme. Now that said, I do want to ask you guys, what is the cat and the hatted bird at the end signify? Is this where we're going with number 2, the sequel? Because we do have a sequel in the works. What do you think? Is this just saying, hey, he's alive and everything's going to be okay? What do you think?
It's just hey, there's a part 2 coming.
Mhm.
That's all. I really took it as hey, there's a part 2 coming, and I feel like hey, the guy
He's gonna be the
alive
central?
still. Somehow he's alive. He's not dead. He's not come back.
What's your plot?
I
Dude?
want to hear it.
Oh, no, you want to go first? Or you want me to go? Demons. You've basically established there's 2 planes. You've got the demon plane and the regular plane, and the demon plane is been sealed from the regular plane. So somehow the 3 huntresses are going to go through the plane and try to get him back from the demon plane by using new music to get all the demons in the bottom on their side
Feels
through new
a
music,
little-
because like the people on their side, it's a little redundant,
Into the
but they can have a
K-pop
little bit
pop
of,
verse. Yeah. I see it's a little into the K-pop
I mean,
verse.
You could really you could go down there. You could definitely have that they could dress as demons. You could see that'd be so cute, like with them with all their little markings and like going down there and going into like the fires of hell to find.
I do like the
find their
idea,
friend.
Sean. I like the idea because
Netflix,
the
are you
whole idea of
listening?
part 1 was like souls are being taken. We need to talk about it. It has a lot of faith base, right?
Mhm.
Has
Oh,
to
for
be.
sure.
Yeah. So, but the idea of like, okay, part 2, we can save souls. First
Right.
part 1 was like, hey, souls are being taken. Say part 2 to be like, hey, we can save.
can
these
bring 'em
souls
back.
who have been,
And they're
Yeah.
being seduced, and they're being seduced, right? They're being seduced by the bad band. They're being seduced by the bad parts of music, and it's almost like, I mean, I hate to keep going back to social commentary, the establishment versus this new voice in music. Like, we're just gonna wash away the old and stop all that bad stuff, or we're just gonna be kind of have a new voice. And I feel like that's a good message to send, that especially with the souls and stuff. Jeremiah?
I think it's also a metaphor for like just the music industry in general. I mean, just how people sell their souls, and how just how corrupted it is, how the machine in a lot of ways does to the industry. Well, we're gonna make
the
you a
people.
star. We're gonna tell you what you need to listen to. A full circle
But I
type
think I was saying we could push it
No,
even
go ahead.
into
Go ahead.
fandom, right? And I want you go ahead and definitely finish, but I think that it also goes into the fandom. I think one of the they do it for kind of like exposition level information, but I think it also might, if you were talking about it more on a social commentary level, especially from the music industry or just any kind of fandom, is that these fans are obsessive to the point where it's kind of creepy, right? And I know that K-pop fans, and I'm not trying to call any K-pop fans out there, are that way, right?
No.
And that is that they do the background of like the interviews, and everybody's like, oh, who's my favorite? Rumy's my favorite. And you see that these people are living their lives completely based off of these not fictional, because they're not fictional, but fictionalized human beings and these personas. And I love Taylor Swift and her music, but at the same time, it's similar to that, right? Where you have people who've given over completely their lives and their livelihood and their understanding of the world based off of this music.
Hey, yo, have you ever met a Deadhead?
Deadhead, yeah.
I mean, Jesus, tour everywhere. Have you met a Pro Jam fan?
Oh yeah.
If you see a Pro Jam fan, they'll go to every single tour and know every single song they're just it's like this
It's their
religion
life,
cult type of
right?
thing,
It
you know.
is.
I will say, I think Jeremiah hit on something too, is the industry pushing producible things that are that are forced into the mainstream. Like, you will like this song, you will like, you will abide by our rules.
Yeah.
And then I look at someone like, I don't know why this came to my mind, but I love John Williams. I think John Williams is the greatest composer of all time in movies. However, this new guy, Ludwig Göransson, I think is revolutionary because he's bringing different types of music to different types of stories. And
Yeah.
I can't even tell that it's his music because he's using different instruments, and he's like, you could tell a Michael Giacchino score if you listen to it. You could tell a Hans Zimmer score. Yep. You could certainly tell a John Williams score. But Ludwig, the dude, like, you don't even know it's him. He's just so unique and different, and I just think it's wonderful. I think he's wonderful.
Got a question to ask you guys. What is your favorite song on K-pop Demon Hunter? What is the one song that you're going to be replaying over and over and over again? Just kind of curious to see what you guys are at right now.
I'm going to jump on this one.
There's a lot of bangers.
There's a lot
in
of good
movie.
ones, and I know I said it earlier, but I'm not the biggest fan of this movie. But at the same time, the music itself, just on its own, is fantastic. Deserves the Grammy. It deserves Emmy. Not Emmy, but Golden Globe. It deserves all the accolades and recognition. I mean, obviously, Gold. It's a top 40 hit. Like, absolutely, it is absolutely beautiful. But I also want to just point out the other two, right? The Dun 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 song where they're beating him up in the airplane. And then the end, I don't know the name of the song at the end, but the one at the end, I think is beautiful. I think it's a fantastic song. Takedown. Yeah.
Takedown.
And you know what? I was, we were just driving in the car.
How It's Done is the other song.
Yes.
It's called How It's Done.
So I just, the other day we were driving in the car. It was after I watched the movie for our recording here. And we were just flipping through the stations trying to find something that was decent. And I didn't even, in my brain, didn't connect the two. And I'm like, ooh, this is a good catchy pop song, because the kids were in the back. And I'm listening to it, right? It's Takedown. And I realized about, I'm going to say 15 seconds into listening to it, I'm like, oh shit, this is from K-pop. So to the point where you are having people land on this song on a radio station, right? Because it's a good quality song. I think that's fantastic. So yeah, Takedown, I think, might be my favorite, but Gold is fucking perfect.
Golden. Yeah.
So no, I was just thinking about the old Disney songs and how great the Disney songs were, and I've got to come to grips with the fact that Ashman and Menken, the principal characters people who brought us those beautiful songs, and Elton John and Phil Collins, this is the new version of that. These songs resonate, like Brandon was saying. Not only do they resonate, but they're not kids songs. Mm-hmm. They're just good songs. Like, they can be played at a concert with 50-year-old. Like, it's the same thing. Where I think that our childhood was marked by great music from Disney animated movies, mm-hmm. and I keep going back to that because this movie is what those movies were for our generation, and these songs are even better. They're just different, and you've got to just. It's okay. Like, it's okay that things are different.
I will go with mine. Everyone's gonna say Golden or Takedown or
shots fired.
I like what it sounds like. I like what it sounds like.
Not little.
What it
nice.
sounds
My
like
little soda
is
pop.
The one where Rumi is where she lost both her friends, but she's she starts doing a solo, and then what it sounds like is where she's talking and she starts. Instantly, she gets back the crowd going mm-hmm. on her side, and she gets her Zoe and Mira back on her side. That's in the very end of the song, and then they go fight the demon, the head demon guy. Yeah. But it's what it sounds like. This is just in the very beginning of it. It pretty much she's opening up like, hey, this is who I am, and this is who I am. I'm gonna be real, but I still have my my faith, and I'm opening up here.
Mm-hmm. It was her Let It Go. It was her Let It Go song.
Yeah. Brother. Listen, man, I get it that Golden gets all the greatest hype in the world. It's the greatest song next to the apple pie, but I'm with you, man. This is what it sounds like, man. Tears were fucking coming down my face when that song was happening. I'm old as shit crying to a movie called K-pop Demon Hunter. What the fuck is wrong with my life?
Alone
in
my living room watching a stupid Netflix movie.
I'm like, I'm crying my eyes out watching this song, and it's just like hitting every beat in my heart, and I'm like,
all the kids were outside. I'm still watching this movie the 12th time.
Exactly.
I'm like, why are you guys leaving this part? This is the best part.
The last time I was emotionally compromised by an animated movie was Toy Story 3, and I was compromised. I was. Remember when we went to go see that movie?
Oh,
Brandon, what was it called?
We were at El Capitan, right?
Extremely Cloud.
Oh no! Oh God, no! That one.
Oh my God! I lost it. I lost it in the theaters.
And did you cry in this part? What it sounds like? Were you teary-eyed?
Dude! it was. When you have your heart in your throat, and you're just fucking, you're just like, you're trying to do this, and like Hannah's like, "Are you crying? Are you crying?" I'm like, "No, there's a fucking twig in my eye. What do you want me to do?" I'm just like,
when he gets in front of her and. When he gets in front of her,
oh my God!
Oh my God! And then they have that moment where they're staring eye to eye, which is such a beautiful way to shoot it too, because he could have done it with his back to, Remy, Rumi,
yeah, Rumi.
Anyway, but they did it face to face, and I mean, I love a good sacrifice. There's nothing greater than a good sacrifice in a movie, and that one just hit me. I don't know, it hit me hard.
Dude. I mean, that his eternal soul is damned forever, and he sacrificed that for her to live. It made like Angel and Buffy look like fucking child's play and shit like that with that whole sacrifice type of shit, dude. I'm just saying, dude.
Like I was saying before, they involved the crowd, and they got the crowd like they had been seduced, and now they were. It's almost like Eddie was saying. It's almost kind of religious, where they're giving up their sin and giving up the evil ways, and they're embracing the goodness and the light, and then all of a sudden they're empowering each other. And once again, my sister, the first thing my sister asked me when I watched this movie was, should I let Charlotte watch it, which my youngest niece. I said yes, absolutely, 100%. Absolutely, let your kids watch this movie. It is about good and evil, and good wins in a beautiful way. And it's not about necessarily good and evil people. It's about just the forces of good and evil. Mm-hmm. And I think that is
Black Smoke Monster.
That's what the world's missing. Is more. Yeah, it's more like just triumphal movies.
So we've been really positive, but I do want to talk about something negative that just bothers me, and that was Celine. I don't know. I want to get your thoughts on Celine. I know that you're going to say, well, it's because she was scared, but I did not like her character. I thought that she was, in a lot of ways, a lot of the vibes that this movie was giving off. And I know we could say that she was acting out of fear, but just want to get you guys' opinion on the Celine character.
I do think they underused
maybe that's
her
what it was.
There's a spot there, the couple of spots there that she probably could have given them more advice towards the girls, like, hey, you're going to come across a time where you feel like you're not enough, or you feel like you're not doing nothing, or you feel like you're losing constant battles, but you gotta keep going. And she just like, in the very one of those times where Rummy, she's like, this is who I am, and it's like she like backed down and she just disappeared, and that was it. Like I didn't see her after that.
Ditched the movie.
Well, I just think sometimes it's the most devastating thing when someone you love so much and they don't believe in you or something like that, where it's like the one person you think that that their approval, you want their guidance or something like that, and to be let down in a lot of ways, the naysayers, the people that don't believe in you. I think that she was there, and she did what she needed to do on that part to really put her by herself and trying to find her own ways of get through her own demons in a lot of ways. So that's kind of what I thought with that character. I didn't really put too much thought on her on that part.
I saw her as kind of the old way of thinking. Like she came from a different generation of conceal, don't feel. Wushu. I feel like this is definitely a passing of the torch from an older generation mentality to a new generation of mentality, where emotions are not necessarily something to be hidden, but to be embraced. I'm not sure I agree with the premise, but at least that's what I think they're trying to accomplish. And it's nice to see, like Jeremiah said, it's nice to see someone, instead of hiding who they are, expressing who they are. And trying to seek that approval is not always the best thing, right? Just because you want someone's approval doesn't mean that that they deserve to give you their approval. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does I say it backwards, or does that make sense?
In a lot of ways, it makes sense for me.
You're better than their approval.
That's what it sounds like. And that, listeners, that brings us to the end of our review.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you something before we actually go into this? What team are you? Saja Boys?
Oh,
no,
Huntress.
fuck no.
Huntress.
No,
Oh, come on,
Huntress.
The demons? You're gonna take the demon side? You would take the demon side, Jeremiah.
Well, it was a
Team
good
Michael
song.
Myers
I don't know what
over
to
there.
say, dude. Fuck.
Team Freddy
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Krueger.
were
He
just
roots
trying
for
to
the
do
knife.
their job, guys.
Yeah.
They were trying to do their
I
job.
think
okay? They also were kind of bored, and
Jeremiah,
pop
when you
stars.
watch Scream
You have-
7,
you have
to
to
come
admit-
out with a hit like that, they're like, for them to come out with a hit like that, this shows you, like, hey, we're ready to.
no, dude. No,
We're ready to
Jeremiah's
throw
going
one
to be
out.
watching Scream
That's a
7. He's
really
going to turn
kind
to
of
the person
honest-
next to him and say, you know what? I think the Ghostface is a little misunderstood.
Well, he's very passionate about what he believes.
He loves
He's
his-
very passionate
loves
about
his
movies.
movies.
I mean,
This
Loves
is
his
a
horror
one-sided
films.
fight, guys. You never see, but Ghostface never wins. Ghostface needs to
He is
win.
an underdog.
As a ridiculous premise, this movie is basically depicting creatures from hell, eternally damned, who decide that the best way to save or to destroy the demon hunters is to go create a K-pop band on Earth. Like, that's literally the premise.
He had a really cool little guitar thing, though.
Is, hey, you know what, devil? We haven't thought of this one yet. Let's create a K-pop band and go to Earth and see if we can destroy.
We
the
need to
hunters
fight fire
through
with
the-
fire.
through the
That's
golden
makes
charts.
sense.
See that whole like heavy metals, spinning the record backwards. It didn't work out for you.
All I know is last Halloween we had the Soldier Boys walking all around.
yeah.
Soldier
Yes,
Boys.
yes, we did.
Had the
We had a
Huntrix.
hell of a
Yes.
lot of
I
Huntrix
felt like
here.
I was watching K-pop in my like area of living. I was like, how many roomies are we gonna have with this
And all
like,
that
style?
damn
I
clip
think
on
that
hair.
Dude,
Charlotte
it was
the
fucking
cat.
awesome, dude. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Zero, the perfect film. 1, a feel-good first cocktail. 2, a happy buzz. 3, you in the Uber lifting home. 4, a rough morning walk to shame. 5, blackout,
Oh,
shit-faced spring break
it's
drunk.
in there. You got to read it.
All right.
I'm not giving a fake score, but you guys did talk me off of this ledge. I was not going to give it a 5 because I'm not Sean, but
This is a great
Um,
movie, and I'm trying to give negatives on it.
Oh,
so hold on one second
wow.
before we do
I
that.
swear to God, Jeremiah, if you give a 0, I'll fly over there and I'll punch you. I really will. Change your damn score
You know
right
what's
now.
funny is I finished this movie. I
You,
finished
you
this
don't
movie,
you don't scare me.
Brandon, And my first
You don't scare
thought-
me.
I'll give you a
My
hug.
first thought of this movie was it was the best written movie, the best feeling I felt in a movie in probably 5 years.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
legitimately.
We're going to have multiple zeros.
And then I watched Life of Chuck, and that changed my life. But this was
Life of
the-
Chuck is so good. Fucking good.
I,
Dude.
I will balance you guys out.
To me, this was one of the better movies. So
Oh, man.
all right,
you
3,
ready?
2, 1. Oh my God!
Jesus. Jeremy, I'm going to go buy a
4-3.
plane ticket right now,
Nobody
buddy.
will ever accuse.
Bye.
Nobody will ever
I'll-
accuse me of being.
I'll
a
keep the door open.
4-0
Keep the door unlocked for you.
Jesus Christ.
I'll
All right,
keep it short and
so,
simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
This movie, like I kind of just said, this to me was one of the best feeling movies I've experienced probably in the last 5 years. Like legitimately, I haven't been this pleasantly surprised by a movie probably since like Toy Story 3 or something like that. Like, I mean, it just gave me the
That's the
feels.
bar.
It got me emotional. I think the bar has been risen. I think Into the Spider-Verse is kind of did the same thing for me, where it showed you that just because it's an animated movie doesn't mean it can't be complex, layered, and have heart. And this movie certainly had all of those things. I understand why kids watch it over and over and over again. It's not because of the music. It's not because of the visuals. It's not because of the ridiculous eating. It's because the story resonates. The sacrifice resonates. And they want to feel positive. People want to feel good about themselves and about what they're watching. And this is that. This is an uplifting, beautiful movie. And I give it a 1. And I don't care what you say, Brandon.
No.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Your
God.
turn.
Okay, yeah, I knew this was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to happen to this level, so I apologize. No, I think that there are just certain genres and there are certain films that just don't resonate with me. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the film. I wish that I liked it. I really do. I'd watched it the first time before I knew that we were going to be, recording it and talking about it. And then I hated it. And then I watched it. When I say hated, I understood why it's popular. It just wasn't popular in my brain. And then rewatching it again, I said, I'm going to go into this with an open mind, which is something I really try to do. And then once we got to the cross animation style, I just was like, nope, I can't do it. I can't be this. You guys did, though. Your excitement for it and your very, very good points definitely improved my score from where it was going to be. I think though that if I was going to give it one complaint, and I know that you guys have your rebuttals to this, so bring it on. One of the things that we used to, especially when we did more movies that we didn't like, and we have kind of tempered it with films that we tend to have a little bit more positive reception to. But one of the biggest complaints that we always gave is that this movie didn't really know what it is and what it's trying to do. And I got that vibe for this movie. I feel like this is a movie, yes, it's trying to appeal to the younger crowd of the kids, and it's trying to appeal to older crowd of adults. But ultimately, I felt like this was too much spaghetti thrown at the wall to see what stuck. And maybe what stuck, you guys appreciated. This was a movie that, to me, animation style and the story and the characters. I mean, I finished it and I really was thinking, okay, what next? I don't really care about any of these characters, which is completely different from how you guys feel. And I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, but I'm giving this a 2.43. 2.4 because I think it's an average movie, but I think it's a little bit better because you guys talked me off of that ledge. I was going to go in towards, the threes, and heck, it's 2.43 because there's three of them. So there you go.
Everybody has their stuff.
Everybody does.
All right, so
Take down.
just let you know,
Bring it.
500 million people think differently, Brandon. So I'm gonna go ahead and
That is a fallacy. I teach that fallacy.
It is the most watched film for Netflix, and you're one of them. You watched
Twice.
it and
Fuck
you
me.
see it. I know, right? Exactly. So overall, though, you see, I do appreciate how you see, like, all right, I see why this is. I get it. Like, I get why this is it's a poppy movie. And what's hitting this movie is that it hits a bunch of different genres and generation. You get the younger generation, our kids watching this, and they like it. It's poppy, but then it hits the songs, the music. I feel like it hits so differently of redemption and hey, you know what, we can be real with each other, and sometimes we could be fake with each other, and then like, hey, I need to let down my guard and show who my true colors are, and then my friends will still love me, my family will still love me, and you know what, it teaches. If this is how possibly like the next generation gonna watch these movies, I feel like it's teaching them a good lesson of their life. Yeah. Like it's okay to be a little bit real with yourself and still be, true to yourself and some of your feelings of, hey, I'm gonna stay loyal to my friends and I can still be who I am. And still be centered around saving people's lives. 500 million people, right? So that's 500 million people watch this movie. It's the
And
most
if all of them
watched film on
jumped off a
Netflix.
bridge, I wouldn't. But hey,
I'm okay with that.
That's a logical fallacy.
Yes.
But okay, it's fine.
Now to say that you would is the
Overall,
logical fallacy.
It's a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes and 99 if you can say popcorn
Bring your
meter.
stats.
So it's up there for a high score of movies. I'm giving this a 0.75.
Jeremiah, take us home.
Yeah, I mean, I hear all what you guys are saying. I mean,
Just not picking it up.
and I get it. Some people it's their cup of tea, and some it's not their cup of tea. Man, I totally get
Noodles.
it. I see this as that this is probably not one of the greatest movies of last year, but probably one of the greatest animation movies that you will ever see, man. Hear me when I say this. This movie changed things when you think about it. This is the generational of Sound of Music in a lot of ways. Dude, hear me out. It is seriously a game changer. One day you will realize you will have your Dune 2 moment. Like, fuck, this was actually a really good fucking movie, What it did is that it broke down not just walls, but just a type of style of anime into a culture of people accepting this and making it huge. This is a pop culture situation that we haven't seen in a very long time. And the only reason why I say it's kind of like Sound of Music is because Sound of Music did the exact same thing where it's just like, you know the song more than the movie itself. That's just one of those things. And that's why I'm giving it 0, man, because it's doing something that I've never seen before in a long time. And the overall message, you can't get behind this. And I don't know what's up, man. To find yourselves, to not be ashamed and hide, and to battle your own demons, with your friends and shit, dude. That is the most important message I've ever seen that this world needs now to this day. It just is, it's a full circle right there. And that's why it's a 0. Is it Toy Story 3? No, but fuck, dude. It is something that I think is going to stick with us for a very long time. And that's why it's a 0, my friends. And I'm so sorry, but it's so fucking good, dude.
I will say this. Sound of Music, you lost me a little bit, but I understand what you're saying.
You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not saying it's Sound of Music. It's a generational Sound of Music type of vibe going on here.
Bro, you're fighting into the greatest movie of all time. I'm gonna go.
I hear you. Listen. Us assholes here, we didn't give it a 0. Yes, I get it.
No,
this guy over there gave it a 2.43. Like,
no, 0. We're talking about Sound of
Music. I wasn't there.
All right.
That's a 0.
So when you take those scores and divide by 4, Eddie, what does Sound of Music? What does K-pop
Sound of Music
Demon
is
Hunters?
not a 0, Brandon.
What does K-pop
0.
Demon Hunters
Sound of Music is such a 0.
of?
We're going up, guys. We're going
Nice.
up. It gives us a 1.045.
Yeah, that's the Dark Ages right there. 1045.
045.
Jeremiah, 1.045. Where does that put us on the list? Eddie, what number is that? No, I know. What number is it, Ed?
Me?
I don't know why we guess. Eddie gets it right every fucking time. So
Eddie knows it, man.
45.
45? Oh God, no.
Oh.
This one's got to be 26.
I'm gonna be with Ed. 47.
No room for error for you, dude. I mean, I'm so sorry, man. Fucking shit. Those motherfuckers.
I want to win one. I want to win fucking one of these that I never win.
Well, tonight, listeners, Brandon is the winner, and he's fucking close by, dude.
Where we at?
So, go ahead.
We're actually at number 30 on our list here
Okay.
for 3.5 Gentlemen.
Got a lot of sub 1s. Because this is really close to sub 1.
He's close, but he ain't really.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he's pretty close. Brandon hasn't come close in a long time with these predictions. So give him this fucking win.
I need a win right now.
All right, Jeremiah.
I feel on trial.
What are the 3 movies that are better than K-pop Demon Hunters?
Fuck, you don't want to hear this, Steve, but I'm so sorry, man. Okay, shit. No Country for All, man.
Yep.
Better.
Karate Kid.
No.
Better.
Weapons.
No.
Okay,
And
what's
Breakfast
worse
Club.
than K-pop? Okay. Oh, well, that's what Breakfast. How is Breakfast Club so low?
We all were zeitgeist in that shit.
You guys
Actually,
are terrible.
3 years ago, it was top 10 shit, man. It's just fucking.
3 years. That movie should be like a 0.5. That movie's great. And okay, what are the 3 movies worse?
Emilio
than
Estevez
K-pop
breaks
Demon
glass when he
Hunters?
yells.
Zero,
That's why
that's
it's not a 0.5.
Excuse me.
Damn.
Excuse me.
Good point.
Back.
I mean, he fucking said it. Good point. Okay, guys, this is what it sounds like when doves cry here and shit here. Okay, sorry. Fuck. Jaws, Super Mario Brothers, the movie,
Oh, God.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh God! All of those movies are so much better than this one. So much.
so
Oh,
much
now
better
you're a
than
Jaws
that one.
fan. Now you're a Jaws fan. Okay, that's your fault, Brandon.
Oh, well, no.
No.
Listen. It's not that Jaws is a good movie overall. It's that it's better than this one. That's all I'm saying. Is it's a better movie than this one.
No, Brandon. The reason that the scores are screwed up half the time is because you just not liking it a little.
There's no
not
in
like it by a
between right there,
fucking-
by the way. Yeah.
Like there's.
But
just,
when I like
if you look at
something,
Brandon's scores,
it's
it's
a 0.1.
4s or 1s or
It's a
0s.
0.2.
It's just there's
Jeremiah,
never
what's
any-
the 3 movies better than K-pop?
Oh, No Country for Old Men, Karate Kid, Weapons,
Okay, what's on the other side? What's worse?
Jaws, Super Mario Brothers, the movie,
tragedy, Jaws,
and Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
All those are great movies.
Jaws is that fucking what? Hold on, Jeremiah. Look at the Jaws score and tell me who the problem was, please.
Actually, I think that's pretty good with Jaws.
I don't want to say this, and I apologize.
I know.
It was-
Oh, come on, we're friends.
It's okay.
For the moment.
Brandon was not about that
I
movie.
did not like that.
I mean,
It's not.
What did
It's
he
not
give
worth
it?
the
What
quality.
did he
of
give
the
it?
movie.
I got to go back to our vault, but man, I mean, Brandon was just like, it's okay.
That's it. It was an okay
hate
movie.
Jurassic
It's
Park,
not the greatest movie
you know?
ever made.
You're gonna need a bigger
It's
boat.
a hell of a lot better than this shit.
So, Brandon, you are just.
I know.
It was in 1979. It was the fucking best thing ever.
You know what?
575. Good lord.
Hey, ET's a zero. That's all
You
that
know
matters.
what, Brandon? This is not the first time that I've said it. I'm going to say it 1,000 times. You have no taste in movies. Okay.
I've heard that. I've heard that before.
Ooh.
Fucking The Fountain. All right. We're excited to bring you another season of
actually like
Three
The
Now
Fountain.
Gentlemen with season 7. Actually, you know what? I think we should do that.
We should do
8.
that.
We should do The Fountain, and I should be honest and clear-headed about it and actually watch it.
Yes.
for the podcast, because I
You would hate it.
I would love to rip apart something
hate
that
it.
Brandon cherishes. So anyway, we're excited to bring you another season of 3.5 Gentlemen with season 7. We're making a concerted effort to grow our social media presence as well as our episode downloads. With that in mind, we sincerely are asking all of you who tune in week after week, and thank you so much for doing it. To do 3 things. Number 1, follow us on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. Please follow us on all 3 of those platforms. You can find us at the handle at the.gentleman podcast. The dot means a lot. Number 2, like and subscribe our YouTube channel. We're really making a concerted effort to get all of our episodes on YouTube, on video. You can see our bright and shining faces. I don't know why you would, but it's fantastic. So just go ahead and log in there, subscribe, and ring that bell, please. Number 3, we want you to tell 10 people about our show. Just 10 people in your life over the course of the year. 10 people about our show. Tell them where to find us, and that you kind of like our videos, or kind of like our reviews, or like our last calls, or like that Brandon has bad taste in movies, whatever
And
it
if
might
they
be.
tell 10 people, and then each of
Just
them
go
tells
ahead
10
and
people, and
do
then
that.
each of them tells, then everybody in the world is going to be listening to us by Sean's math.
And they tell their
Hopefully.
friends. And they tell their friends.
I don't know.
Tell their friends.
I don't know 10 people.
I know 3. You're here.
Bro, you have like 10 like friends in
In that case,
MySpace, man. Like
Eddie.
your top 8, dude. You know a lot of people.
Eddie,
do.
you should like and subscribe to the Gentleman Podcast. That's all I'm saying.
MySpace and the other one, Vine. I think Vine. We're on Vine, right?
Vines, Kick.
God, I remember Vines. Vines were great.
Oh, yeah.
Vines were
Vine
great.
was pretty
Yes.
fucking dope. Yeah.
Oh.
So in return for your support, we're going to make a few promises in return. I want you guys to understand this. These promises almost don't happen, but we're promising it. So, 1, from the week of February 17th on, we will be releasing at least 1 episode every Tuesday from the rest of 2026. So I want your listeners to agree, to understand this. This is a lot for us. So appreciate it.
Appreciate it,
Yeah.
yo. Appreciate it. Within those episodes, we're going to have 5 mystery episodes. Because why? Because we like magic. Magic's the best thing ever. We're going to go and give you clues, and the winners will get free movie tickets or Blu-ray movies, because we believe in, physical media. The only way that you will be eligible for those cool little prizes and things like that is that you have to follow us on one of our social media platforms: Instagram, Threads, TikTok, you name it. Ring that bell, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. That's it.
That's
dude.
it. Listen, we are committed.
Easy peasy.
We are committed to providing you deep and thoughtful analysis on a mixture of classic films, new releases, and some host favorites. Not to mention a few television shows, which we're still in the process of figuring out which ones we're doing. Now, we will also be dropping a last call each month, as well as bringing you our new monthly segment, Movie News Roundup, where we're going to be talking about casting, new films in development, or anything else movie or TV related that we want to talk about.
And again, we want to thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful adventure with over 200 episodes in the can, over 7 to 10 TV shows. We argue about the actual number. I'm probably wrong, and I apologize. And many memorable moments. We're excited for you to grow with us. And with that, from us to you, cheers.
Cheers, my friends.
Cheers.
Going up, up, up.
My little soda pop.
No, we're not going to